Hi everyone, welcome to Samyukta Automation Labs. So here we go today to learn about the basics of what is manual testing, what is software testing basically. So today's agenda is today topics are what is software testing, types of software testing, software development life cycle, software testing life cycle. So here we go. So what is software testing? So, software testing is an activity to check whether the actual results match the expected results to ensure that the software system is defect free. So, whatever software we are developing, so whatever application we are developing, we ensure that is defect free and the application is working properly and it is as per the requirements which we get. So, it involves basically software testing involves execution of software component or system component to evaluate one or more properties of interest. The properties of interest, they could be related to the flows, the functional flows, the new features developed. Okay. Now, software testing, it also helps to identify errors, gaps or any missing requirements in contrary to the actual requirement. So it can be either done manually or using automation tools. So some prefer saying software testing as a white box testing and black box testing. Now, what is the difference between white box testing and black box testing? So what we do generally is black box testing. So here we test what we see. So if we are looking at the UI, we look at that and we validate the evaluations, like we validate the feature, they evaluate the flows, they evaluate the functionalities. If it is white box testing, so we get into the developer's code and do the white box testing. Generally, we testers do not do white box testing. We generally do black box testing because we are not interested in how the developer has coded his code. We are only interested in how the application is working. So, software testing means it's the verification of application under test. So whatever application is there, we are going to test that. So if an application is given, we need to test that. Now, software testing is of different types again. So it is classified into three categories. One is functional testing, one is non-functional testing or performance testing, and the third one is the maintenance, which is the regression testing. So coming to the first category, which is the functional testing. So that is also called the manual testing, in short, to understand better. And then here we have unit test integration, smoke testing, UAT, which is the user acceptance testing, globalization, and interoperability. So there are different like functional flows, the behavior of the application, is it able to go, like is it able to flow through the business requirements which we have given. Now, coming to non-functional testing. So what does non-functional testing means? It involves the performance, the endurance, the load, the scalability, the usability, the UI UX, the look and feel of the application, the security testing. So all these fall under non-functional testing. Now, coming to maintenance, which is the regression testing. So here what we do, we ensure that everything is working properly. So what does it mean? Ensuring like everything is working properly means the new changes which have come in that do not impact the existing functionalities. So, or whenever there is a defect being fixed, it should not impact the existing features, existing functionalities. So, if for example, if Amazon is there, so in Amazon, there is an existing functionality. I want to give an offer, a 10% discount. So when I'm giving the 10% discount, I'm adding that 10% discount tag in the existing application. So when I enter that tag, when I give that tag, when the developer develops that and gives that build, I should ensure that that 10% discount did not impact the existing like products, whatever are present on the UI. So in that way, we should ensure that the new implantations, the new introduction of new things did not disturb the existing functionalities. So that is called regression testing. And we are going to run the same thing n number of times to ensure that the new things which are developed does not impact the existing application. Now, coming to the next topic, which is software development life cycle. So, it is more related to the development life cycle, not the testing life cycle. So, in development life cycle, first thing is the developer goes through the requirement analysis. Then he does a high level designing. Then he does a lower level designing. And then he does the coding part. He does the unit testing, then integration testing and system testing. So, first thing is the developer has to develop that application. For that, he needs the requirement analysis. He does the requirement analysis, then he designs how to go through, he designs a framework or he designs a process to see that everything is working like what he wants to develop and all the cases are covered. And then he will start coding and then he will give for testing. Once he completes his coding, then only he will give for testing and then we execute it, the testers execute it and then the product is under test and then the testing cycle starts. Next is the software testing life cycle. So, in software testing life cycle, we have 6 parameters here, 6 steps I can say. One is requirement analysis. So, wherein a tester will go through each and every requirement and he will analyze the requirements. So, if it is a small part, small requirement, he will analyze that. If it is a big, like a 10-page requirement, he will break down into chunks. And if it is, we are following agile, we have the user stories which consist of the description and the acceptance criteria. So, in that way, the tester does the requirement analysis from the starting of the phase itself. Like once the project comes in and once everything is started, like once you are good with the requirement. Then the tester will do the test planning. So what does he do in test planning? He will go through the requirement, he will think about the environments he has to test and then what are the different tools required, what are the different test data required. So how many ways we have to test, how many systems we have to test, how many stages we have to test, how many environments we have to test. All these things are done in the test planning. Then we go for test design. So what are we going to do in design? We will end up with the scenarios and test cases. So we come up with a certain set of use cases and from that we come up with scenarios and for each scenario we create the test cases. Then after that we have the test environment setup. So what does it mean? So generally testers test in test environment, stage environment and then it could be UAT, then pre-prod and prod. So we have to set up the environment. So in test we will have lot of test data. So we have to test with the different combinations, different things. So that is the reason we create a setup with the environment and start testing that, which is the test execution. So once we start executing with what all requirements we have, the test cases we have, we end up creating defects. So these defects are created, those are fixed, then retested and then we close the test. So test is closure. So it is test closure in the end. In that way, we have the software testing life cycle wherein we start from the requirements and end with the closure with all the details we have, and different projects use different testing tools. So some projects use Jira, some projects use HPLM, some projects use Rally, and it depends like which projects want to use which type of tool. That is all for now. Keep watching my videos.